race director Yoska, Mr. Deepak Raj with us. So ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, we have come to this moment. Goa, the land of the sun, the sand and the sea, would you believe we made racing, running, fitness a way of life right here in Susigat, Goa. This edition, the fourth edition of Ironman 70.3 Goa, presented by Herbalife 24, and our title sponsor being Goa Tourism. Members of the press, we'd like to thank you for taking time out for being here. Without any further ado, I'm going to introduce a man who himself has run close to 27 triathlons, is instrumental in bringing Ironman to Goa. If I can kindly ask you to put your hands together for coach and race director, Mr. Deepak Raj, sir. I'd like you to address the gathering right away, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge Leander Pace for being our race ambassador, and it's a privilege and honor to share the dais with somebody. I'm sure Jeff will do a much longer introduction, but it's hard to start, not say that you've been a 7-time Olympian and multiple Grand Slam winners and International Tennis Hall of Fame. So it's a privilege and honor to be sharing the dais with Leander, who's come on board as our race ambassador to help us promote the sport and the spirit of this in a much wider fitness enthusiast. And also Ganeshan, thank you for the constant support we've been getting from you and your team. This is the third edition with whom you're partnered with us. So thank you once again. To the Goa state in general, all the way from the government, the Goa Tourism Department, traffic police, and so many authorities who help us make this race special. So I'd like to start off by acknowledging the support we've been getting, not just this year, but over the course of 4 editions. And even though the first race happened in 2019, the support we've been getting from Goa started even before that, 2017 onwards. So I'd like to acknowledge the support we're getting from the CM Sir, Pramod Sawant, and Rohan Kaunte, the 3 tourism ministers, and all the departments. We're very excited to be back here for the 4th edition. The race day is 27th October, sorry, and it's just 48 hours away. Like every year, this year also we're going to get 1,000 plus people. I think we'll have 1,100 plus people this year participating in the race. And all the facilities and all the infrastructure, everything has been prepared, and we look forward to it. The community has been very supportive for us, the general fitness community of enthusiasts across India, without which the sport could not have grown or stayed out here. So once again, I'd like to acknowledge support to them. And in addition to Herbalife, who's been our presenting sponsors, we have a number of other partners and sponsors with Red Bull, T10, Policy Bazaar, Delivery, all of those, without which it's very hard to put up a very large infrastructure and all the events. So I'd like to start off in making sure I thank them. From our side, Yoska, we are extremely proud to be associated with the state of Goa. This year's race, I think as some of you will know, it starts at the Miramar Circle right in Panjim, then the cycling course goes all the way through the highway, and all the support we're getting in road closures, and the community has been inconvenienced, but they come and support us all the way through, so really thanking them for that. We've launched a few campaigns which have shown good results for us and getting more people into the sport. So we continue to do women in sports. The number of percentage of women who are getting into sports and triathlon has been extremely, increasing year on year. We get 12 to 15% of the participants are going to be women. We also have service personnel. As you know, Jeff was speaking earlier about Nitin Balsan sir. But we have Army, Navy, Coast Guard, dignitaries, IAS officers, everybody taking part. We have 100 plus people from service personnel taking part in this year's race. So a huge thank you for them for serving the country, but our way of just acknowledging their presence here. We are also in the midst with respect to Leander Pace joining hands with us, launching a campaign called Iron Grit. Now, this campaign is about sharing the inspirational stories of every one of the 1,000+ participants who participating in this year's race and also the past participants. So primarily taking those inspirational stories and sharing that with the wider fitness enthusiasts across India. Now that in turn will inspire them to maybe take up a sport or maybe just take care of their health and fitness, take that first 20-minute walk tomorrow to get better. So this Iron Grit campaign is something which we are going to be launching, and over the course of the next few months there will be inspirational stories out there on the media and the socials, and we seek support from the media here in promoting those stories, and so that more and more people can get inspired about not only Ironman but any other sporting event which is happening across the country and deliver that. That is pretty much what I would like to share, and once again thank everybody who's been supporting us over the years, and pass on to Jeff back to talk more about the event.
Thank you, Mr. Deepak Raj. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 1,100 athletes, and of course, I've just been told that 600 kids tomorrow morning in our Iron Kids, sponsored by Policy Bazaar. I know members of the press would like to see how this energy is coming in, the vibe is coming in right from the kids. Well, I'm going to hand this over to the team that has always been in great support of Ironman Goa. I'm going to have to hand this microphone over to the marketing director, Mr. Ganesan, for kind words, please.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. You'll have to just bear with me my sore throat, but I just wanted to sort of share something. We are actually extremely excited to be a part of this most sort of enthralling endurance race for Ironman. It's actually even more sort of a milestone for us because it's the third year that we're associated with this race, and the sport only grows year on year. We're also extremely thrilled that not only this year, we're also going to be extending our association with the Ironman in 2025 also. The journey has been fantastic. Primarily, we've seen only the community of Ironman grow, and with the initiatives that Deepak was referring to, we only see this growing multifold. Having said that, from our Herbalife organization perspective, sports and nutrition has been part of healthy and active lifestyle. An H24 product, which will be integrated as part of the sport year on year, has been carefully designed to sort of support athletes primarily in the pre, post, and even post-recovery workout itself, and also during the race day and the post-recovery of the race. So we're extremely happy to support through our range of products with Ironman. And finally, I would like to thank Deepak and his entire team for the shared vision. We only see this entire community only growing multifold year on year. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Ganesan. Thank you for being a part of this precious event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, not often do we get to share stage, and I'm honored to hand over this mic to a legend. Would you know, or do you know, that Leander Pace is both the only athlete to win an Olympic medal in tennis for India and the first tennis player in the world to participate at 7 Olympics? So Leander Pace, you are an icon. The only athlete, the tennis athlete who's in the Tennis Hall of Fame, and you share stage with us. Before I hand, can we have a round of applause for Sir Leander Pace? Before I hand the microphone over to you for your precious words, I'm going to hand it back to you, Sir Deepak Raj.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Just wanted to, the association of Leander Pace with us, he's been extremely gracious in terms of the interest he has shown. Just want to take a minute to, if I think about some keywords growing up, I played a little bit of tennis, like I tell you, but I do remember, I think all of us remember the Olympic bronze medal you won and you standing there with the out there. So those memories are very much etched with me, and everybody who doesn't even follow tennis knows you. And when I look at you and your personality with respect to the grit and the determination will bring, who better to sort of launch us that campaign. If I look at the words like believe and endure and triumph, which we've been sort of basing our campaign on. I can relate that. When I think about those words, you come to mind. But when you look at all the 1,000+ participants participating in Ironman, the ethos of Ironman is the same. If you look at belief and endure and triumph, so there's no better way for us to partner. So once again, thank you very much, and I'll pass it on to you to share your views.
Good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, welcome to Ironman 70.3 India in our hometown, Goa. Firstly, I would like to thank Coach Deepak and the whole Ironman team, the Yoska team, for welcoming me on board as the brand ambassador, as the face of the event. And in that, the first conversations that we had was about finding collaboration between Olympic sports and Ironman. We actually spent a whole day going through all the similarities of the athletes in terms of preparation, in terms of diet, in terms of fluids, in terms of sleep, in terms of the inner strength that an Ironman or woman or child needs, just as an Olympic athlete needs. In there you find that the inner strength is focused on mental health, physical health, and emotional health. And these three unifying factors are what brings most athletes together. Now, all three of us on the dais here have invested our lives to bettering the quality of life of the community. I want to also thank Herbalife for extending their product range from not just pre-event, during event, and post-event, but just as this young man's shirt here says, it's for the 24-hour athlete. Because Ironman and Olympic athletes are a lifestyle. It's not just you wake up one morning and you become Deepak Raj. Or you can go out into the ocean and swim for 5 kilometers plus. Get on a cycle and cycle for 5 hours. And then get on a running track and run for 2 hours. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of perseverance. It takes a lot of grit. So when we had this discussion, it was only too natural for me to come on board to inspire people of all different walks of life, of all different ages. Our youngest athlete tomorrow is a 6-year-old child. Our oldest athlete is an 82-year-old. And the fact that we can talk of Iron Men when it comes to Iron Kids, Iron Women, and Iron Men, all professionals. To me, that's an amazing period. I feel that through Herbalife, through the Goa tourism, Goa government, our wonderful Chief Minister is doing a great job to inspire sport in our culture and community. We're also showcasing Goa to the world. It's my honor to come on board as a brand ambassador and not just look at now, but look at the next 5 years of a journey. And in that journey over the next 5 years, to take Ironman India to the world. In that, there are discussions going on which you will be privy to as the journey continues. But as far as this weekend goes, it's such a treat to be here in Goa, to all the athletes who have come from outside to celebrate our beautiful culture, our food, our people, the terrain when they swim on our beaches, when they run up in Donapola and that part of the running track, when they cycle through Miramar and go straight over the beautiful bridge over the Mandovi River, make the big U-turn, which is 23 kilometers away from here, and come back. I think India as a country is very rich in history, very rich in tourism, and just as the Western world markets itself so well, I think sport is the greatest vehicle to market a country. Why? Because it bridges culture, religion, community, dialect, languages. It unifies people. Once again, I would like to thank Deepak Raj and Yoska and the Ironman community for welcoming me into it. There's a lot of learning that's already started for me. It's my first couple of days in Ironman. There's tremendous synergy in what it takes to even complete an Ironman race. Because as I know all too well, only 0.00001% of the world get to stand on an Olympic podium. But I also know completing an Ironman race means you're a champion already. I would also like to thank Herbalife and thank all the different sponsors that are there. I can go through all of them, but especially to the Goa Tourism, the Goa Sports Ministry and the Chief Minister for opening up our wonderful city to the rest of the world to come and participate in Ironman. So to all of you, welcome. I'm really looking forward to a great weekend of sport, culture, and most importantly, inspiring the community to live a healthier life. Thank you very much. God bless.
Well, thank you, Sir Leander Price. Boy, Sir Leander, you've been having a busy morning right there at the Sunset Lounge. Everybody, the paparazzis over there, children and everybody trying to get a little share of Leander Pace while they're here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to that moment where we'd like to unveil a quick video and of course unveil the t-shirts and the medals for 2024. For members of the press, I request your attention up on stage while we bring along the unveiling.
Beautiful hinterlands of South Goa lies a secret that has withstood the test of time for 10,000 years. Carvings left behind by Goa's earlier settlers, a language no one has deciphered.
Taking the culture and the aesthetics of Goa in a
This
medal.
10,000-year-old mystery.
A piece of Goa in those medals that every finisher will capture.
The Ironman 70.3 Goa 2024 finisher medal is inspired by this ancient legacy, a symbol of endurance. As you cross the finish line, you take home the medal. You take home a piece of Goa's history. Go out there, conquer, create your own legacy.
So that was the medal that every finisher. We'd also like to introduce the t-shirts right now that every athlete will be adorning. Keeping in mind Goa, a prominent place for the turtle nesting sites, we put that in a t-shirt to take memories back home. Now this is what they practice all year round, to wear that finisher t-shirt. And of course we'll be cheering and cheering them at the finish line. The Ironman 70.3. Go. We request for the members, our dignitaries, to kindly take their seat. Well, members of the press, I'm going to leave this open to any questions that you might have directed to the dignitaries up on the dais. Members of the press, we have 5 minutes for question and answer, please.
Hi sir, my question is to Leander sir. Leander sir, কেমন আছেন?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm good. Sir, my question is that after the last few years back, you have been campaign for Goa for TMC party, and later you are.
Today we're going to keep it quiet.
No, I'm not asking that
So we
question.
can
I'm
leave
just.
it here.
I'm not asking that regarding the political. And now you are sharing a stage that's sport event. So, what you want to say? And second one is, after retirement from your love tennis, how is your life going on?
That's for a whole separate interview.
Sir, you can share.
I love the way you started in Bengali. I was hoping you'd go into Konkani as well, so we can speak in Konkani too. And life as far as that goes is wonderful to come back home to Goa. Obviously, because of my professional responsibilities, I had to leave very young when I was 11 years old and start learning the skills of tennis. As all of you are aware that tennis in India back in the late 70s, early 80s was not so great in infrastructure or know-how. Only now you've got wonderful sports science that have come in. You've got sports medicine that's come in. You've got wonderful brands that bring in great sports nutrition that have come in. But back in the 70s and 80s, it was more about jugaad, it's finding a way. So yes, I am very excited about my 40 years of professional tennis now bringing me back to India. Because as a son of the soil of India, my vision is to inspire 250 million children to play sport over the next 15 years. And you will see me on more dioceses like this. You will see me on visionaries like this who actually want to better the community. Better the community from different walks of life. Whether it's through sports science, whether it's through sports nutrition, whether it's through being professional athletes, 27 Ironmans. That's incredible. Participating in one Ironman and finishing is a champion. To do 27 of them is a real inspiration. And to have that from our own country, he's a son of the soil, Deepak Raj. He's a real champion. And in that, to be able to partner with Yoska, to be able to partner with Ironman, to be able to partner with Deepak Raj is an honor, because through sport is where we want to build our community. I wouldn't be who I am today without my Bengali mother who captained India in basketball, or my Portuguese Goan dad who got a medal in 1972 in Munich Olympics in field hockey. So in that, as a son of the soil, I would like to empower all our youth to live their life and be global champions as well for our country and our people.
The words of Jawaharlal Nehru. Miles to go before he sleeps, plenty to do. We'll take a few more questions and then we call it a wrap.
So one more question.
We'd like to give another
Only one more question. Which is the hardest part as an Ironman?
It depends, but I think coming from India where we are not naturally accustomed to swimming, I would say it's swimming. But the distance wise, the cycling, so, but it depends. I think all three can be easily got better.
Can I speak in Konkani? Okay.
You guys seem to have fun between Bengali and Konkani. I speak 11 languages. You can go to all of them.
कितने वर्ष तू गोवा अगर अगले कितने महीने तू गोवा
I think for the rest of the guys, you're better off going in English. But for me, to spend time in Goa, it's not about 1 week or 1 month or things like that. I was here last weekend because my uncle my uncle Manet passed away, and we were in South Goa. So the whole family came from around the world to honor my uncle Manet. And in the big question about how much time I spend here or not, most of the time that I come to Goa, you will not hear about it. Because I come to Goa to family. I come to Goa to rejuvenate and recharge my batteries. Because in any other part of the country that I play, I wear saffron, white and grey, and I do the same here.
When we talk about Ironman, we talk about the special word called fitness. And in your career also, fitness was an important part. So when you talk about all this, what is the message there you would love to give? Because Ironman is an important factor in anybody's life to be fit. So what would be your message?
That's a great question. I feel that fitness is a way of life. And just as the shirt here says, it's not just a 24-hour fitness athlete, it's a lifestyle athlete. So whether it's your sleep, getting good quality sleep is very important. Because for every 1 hour of sleep you get before midnight is equivalent to 3 hours of sleep post midnight. Nowadays with all these smart gadgets and all these apps and all these new OTT channels, as a human race, our sleep timings have been reduced. And hence stress levels have gone up, hence health problems have gone up, hence medical bills have gone up. And as much as modern science of medicine has elongated the lifespan of a human being, the quality of life is what's important. And that's where we athletes make a big difference. As an Ironman athlete, as an Olympic athlete, we realize that everything that you put into your system either gives you an output, or if you put bad fuel into your system, it's going to hurt your organs. When we look at the hours, 10,000 hours, 3 million repetitions, over 10 years, to master the craft of one shot, now you've got 40 shots to master. In Ironman, you got to swim, you got to cycle, you got to run. I'm not even getting into the terrain of what that is, because it's important to educate the masses. When you're swimming in the open oceans, You got jellyfish in there. You got other life in there. You got undercurrents in there. It's not like swimming in a swimming pool. Being a going boy, we know that. You all swim in the ocean. When you're running on concrete, on tar roads, the hours and hours and hours of constant running and the wear and tear on your heel bones, on your toes. Both my heel bones are broken because of the years of playing on the concrete courts. My big toes are broken. Calcification on both toes. So hence, your shoes, your equipment, your diet, your supplements, your lifestyle, your everything that you do to be an Olympic athlete or an Ironman athlete is very specific. If you look at the body type of an Ironman athlete, it's incredible the quality of life. So now if I take both your questions together, as a 51-year-old who's retired after 40 years of playing for our flag and 40 years of playing for you, now it becomes a lifestyle. Now it becomes a lifestyle of staying healthy, staying happy, inspiring the community and educating the community of what it takes to live a good quality life. Because when most people start saying, follow this diet, follow that fitness regime, follow this, have they tested the human being out yet? Have they tested your VO2 max? Have they tested your blood type? Have they tested your oxygen levels? Have they tested your vitamins and minerals? I'm not even getting into biomechanic testing, that's all different ballgame. Then we go into genetics. You guys want to talk about that, we go there too. But every human being is a specific DNA identity in itself. And in India, if we are to win 50 gold medals at the 2036 Olympics, we've got 12 years to do it. Everyone talks about conducting an Olympics. Are we talking about building athletes who win Olympic medals? It's easy for us to sit here in a room and discuss it, right? But the actual hard work goes out back at home. The actual hard work is to pay respect to these people who have given their lives to actually better nutrition for us. These people who have given their lives to teach us how winning is done as champions. So I think it's important to come with respect. I think it's important to come with a student like mine, to keep learning to grow. Because if we actually look at community and start throwing darts at what is wrong, no one's going anywhere. But that's what brings me back home, as much as if I lived in America, I lived in Europe, or I lived anywhere else on the planet, where the first Ironman was run, or participated in Oahu in Hawaii. We have great quality of life, right? But what brings me back home is to make a difference in our community. And that's what matters to me.
Oh, well said. Well, that's about it without questioning. Thank you, members of the press. It's very kind to have you all share space. Okay, we'll take one more question, I'm afraid. Just the one last question, and we'll put it on wraps.
Yeah, this is Rohit from the Goa. First of all, congratulations that you have been inducted in Tennis Hall of Fame. It's a phenomenal achievement by any standard for an Indian athlete. Your records as an athlete have been phenomenal. Olympic medal, 18 Grand Slam, 7-time Olympian. This is not ordinary, it's extraordinary great. Among this, which among this will be very close to your heart among all these achievements? I know very difficult to say, but something is very special.
Thank you, Rohit. It's very sweet of you to take acknowledgement of all the years of hard work. I think every time I play for the people, every time I play for the country. So today, India has the world record in Davis Cup because I've won, I think it's close to 46 undefeated matches over 16 years. I went undefeated. India also has the world record for Davis Cup of the most wins in Davis Cup history. And also India has the world record today of 7 consecutive Olympics played by a tennis player. So I think to do something for 1.4 billion people is what's important. Yeah, sure, 6 Wimbledon titles or 18 Grand Slam wins. It's Leander Pace, IND, India, right? But whenever I put on the blue of India and I play for you, play for every single one of you, that's what motivated me. I think that's what I hold close to my heart, because to grow up as a young boy polishing my dad's medal in his 72 Olympics, that's what's inspired me. That individual athletes could win medals in our country. We've done it in hockey, we've done it in multiple other team sports. But post 1996 in Atlanta, all of a sudden it created a wave of individual athletes. Post that Chili Rathore won in Sydney in shooting, then Saina Nehwal won in badminton, then PV Sindhu won in badminton, then your boxers won, then your shooters won, then your wrestlers came. So to create that wave of individual athletes to be on podiums in a world-class arena, I think that's what's important. I think that's what I hold close to heart.
Thank you very much. Members of the press, really honored to have you here. Hope we see you at the start line on the 27th morning. 1.9 kilometers of swimming, 90 kilometers of bike ride, and 21.1 kilometers of running. It's a grueling task, but we've got 1,100 plus who are determined to finish it. Thank you, members of the press. We're going to head down for some chai. I hope you enjoy